What's going on, guys? I want to talk a little bit of strategy here for the NASDAQ futures. Again, there's a few indicators out of all of these indicators on my chart that I really kind of focus on the most. And the first indicator is going to be the 20 simple moving average, which is the purple line on the screen, the 5 simple moving average, which is the green line, and the white lines running across the screen is the linear regression channel. Now, those give me standard deviation moves, and I'm kind of looking to ride that momentum with these moving averages. Now, it's not every single moving average I'm going to really pay attention to the most, especially when they're very, very clustered. But if we look at the pre-market today in the NASDAQ 100, we had closed, which is, you can see here, I've identified that by having these red arrows on the screen. In the pre-market, we closed below the 20 simple moving average. So automatically, that is giving me a bearish sort of lean right now as a scalper with prop firms with Apex. Again, you guys can use code DAnthony if you guys need those evaluations. But as a scalper, I really don't care which way the direction is going. Now, for my personal portfolio, I wish that the market never seen a red day. I wish it only went up and up and up and up and up for my long-term holdings, but that's not the case when it comes to scalping and day trading. So going into the session today, if we failed to reclaim those pre-market highs and get back over that 20 period moving average, then I'm looking to sell into that. Okay. So we have in Evolution Traders Discord, which is the Discord that I run, we have what's called the opening drive. And what we're looking for here is a breakdown of the pre-market high or low. Again, we're not taking all of overnight price action. We're kind of looking at the previous hour, maybe hour and a half leading into the pre-market. And if we break that and you take a very quick scalp between 5 and 10 points, the success rate is very, very high. It's over 70%. Now, again, you do have to have a little bit of a negative risk to reward with that particular strategy. For every 5, 6, 7 trades in a row that you win, you will lose a big one. Okay, meaning if you are targeting $100 to $200 on the win side, you're going to lose $300, $400, $500 on the losing side. So you have to be very, very disciplined when you're running those type of strategies to not go on tilt and just throw everything out the window and say, screw it, I'm just going to get that money back, and you end up blowing an account, because that's what happens to many, many people. Now, if you notice, once we get below that 20 period moving average in the pre-market, we kind of had that quick sell-off. Again, unless you're playing that opening drive, I would definitely recommend to wait, because again, this could just be a trap that goes back long. What I'm looking at here is this linear regression. Now, I'm not looking for a break of the linear regression. I'm looking for price action. I want to be patient. Again, it's very, very hard to do, but I want to be patient to wait for the candle to close below that linear regression. Once it closes below that linear regression, now that's kind of telling me, okay, if there's a candle that closes back over, the trade's off, right? It's potential that we're going to reverse back up to the upside. But because we're closing below it, that's signifying that the level, the structure is weak. It's been broken. It's been tampered with. Now what I'm waiting for is a following candle to confirm. And you can see here right at 10 a.m. Eastern time, we confirm the candle that closes below this linear regression line, and it gives you another standard deviation move down to the bottom linear regression. I mean, just a fantastic move. Now, I mentioned in the beginning of this video using the 5 simple moving average and why it's important to me. And the reason why it's important to me is because it's my shortest nearest term sentiment moving average. It's going to hug the price action very, very closely. It's going to give me a trail, meaning if I'm in a short position and we are just wicking above it and below it and staying below it and staying below it and staying below it, that's a power trend. There's no reason I want to try to get out of that trade or take a bunch of million different trades if we're power trending in one direction. And you can see that once we close below this linear regression, we back tested this this 5-minute 5 SMA once, we back tested it twice, 3 times here, and we just kept staying below it. We were pinned below that all the way into the target here, down towards 25,069. Okay, that's the bottom linear regression. Now we overshot it, and you're going to see here on this overshoot, this bounce that we had, that initial bounce, look at where it got rejected. It got rejected right back at that lower linear regression before trying to retest the low of day and then putting in that kind of higher low. Okay, so Again, this double bottom, so to speak, here could be your indicator that maybe the momentum is shifting slightly. Again, the momentum really didn't scream back up to the upside. It kind of just crawled sideways. But I want to show you guys here, look at what happens after the double bottom once we reclaim that 20 simple moving average right here at 10:30 Pacific time. So that's 11, 12, 1, 1:30 Eastern, right? So 1:30 Eastern, we get back above that 20 simple moving average, and you're waiting for the following candle to confirm the high. And if you would have gotten in on this price here over 24,981, you could have taken this for a little bit of a ride up to 25,006. Okay, so this is almost 20 points here, or just over 20 points in this move that you could have captured between 24,981 all the way up to 25,006. It's over 20 points. And for many of us who are looking to scalp, especially those of us who trade prop firms, we're not looking for much more than 10, 15 points. So a lot of the times you can sit back as long as you're patient. That's the key thing here. The key word out of all of this, doesn't matter what indicator we're talking about, what indicator we're using. The key thing here is to be patient enough and disciplined enough to wait for your actual setups. Because if you don't wait for your actual setups, your number, your data is going to be all skewed. You don't know what works best for you. You don't know what time of day it generally works better for you. And you're kind of just, trading blind, right? Anyone can close their eyes and click the mouse, but not many of us can sit patient and wait. Now, again, just because we have these strategies and these levels, and even myself with all of these moving averages and indicators, does that mean I'm never going to lose a trade? Of course not. These moving averages, these levels, these prices, the market in general is not meant to be a brick wall. It's not meant to be a hard concrete surface. These things bend and they move, and we have to adapt, and sometimes they overshoot and sometimes they fall short, right? But it gives you a structure that you can come into and try to trade each and every single day, and they work out a lot more than they don't. It's the hardest part is not oversizing. When you do run into those losses, not over trading and being disciplined enough to walk away. That's why I recommend everyone, especially if you're leveraging prop firms and you're not trading personal capital, have multiple accounts, right? It does you no good to have one or two accounts that you're trying to, hang on to. Get a dozen of these things at least, right? And, have backups, have multiple funded accounts, use multiple prop firms, right? They have different rules. Use everything to your advantage, okay? With that being said, this is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see all of you guys on the next video. If you guys want to join the Discord, that link is down in the description box below. If you guys need Apex evaluations, my link is down in the description box below. I would highly appreciate it. It's what keeps this channel going. I'll catch all of you guys on the next video.